Expecting 450 dudes to care about basketball like Michael or Kobe is unrealistic. There's a reason Michael and Kobe are anomalies. Uh, Black John responded to this comment or to this video I made about Zion the other day, kind of talking about this subject matter. And I really liked this comment and I wanted to kind of expand on it a little bit. I totally agree with Black John's comment here. I don't think it's realistic to expect every player in the NBA to give a shit about playing in the NBA as much as Michael or Kobe. I think there's going to be a handful of players in our lifetime who care about playing basketball on that level. LeBron is one of them. I look at somebody like Wemby, who seems to come with that kind of passion for the sport. Maybe there's some players who aren't superstars who can come to mind who exhibit that sort of like passion and care and just want to grind and sacrifice and put everything in their life aside for basketball in this kind of like obsessive, almost animalistic way. You know what I mean? It's beautiful, but it's not realistic to expect everybody to do that. And there's going to be all kinds of other players who have different levels of passion about the game and who bring a certain level of skill set to the game that passion isn't necessarily a part of. Somebody like James Harden, for example, who's an incredible player, who, doesn't really come to the game of basketball with the same passion as Michael or Kobe. I don't think that that's controversial to say. And then there's players like DeAndre Ayton, right? Like, I don't know who has more passion for the game of basketball based on how they've been playing thus far, James Harden or DeAndre Ayton. What I do know is that James Harden is a much better player than DeAndre Ayton, who's been much more significant and much more influential and much more helpful for the teams that he's played on thus far. In order for DeAndre Ayton to prove that he has a space on the Lakers and a space in the NBA, he's going to have to show up this year. And if that means caring for him, in order to be a better player, then he's got to activate that. But not every player needs that. Some players don't have to care at all, and they're still incredible. And that's okay. And I think we just, as fans, got to be comfortable with that. It's so unrealistic to expect players to care at the optimal amount, and I really hate that idea. I think it's kind of a late stage capitalistic neoliberal idea that exists amongst fans and media that like forces something upon players that most of us don't actually entertain or exhibit ourselves in our daily lives and in our work lives. Some of us do. Fantastic. It's great when you care and it's great when you sacrifice. But, some people just aren't going to sacrifice everything in their lives for what they do, and that's okay. And I think that that's something that exists